Hello and welcome to Coffee Chat with me, Jody Misiak. Today we are going to talk about turning what you have into enough. So grab your coffee or tea and come chat with me today. So today is like a Monday for me. I know you're thinking, but it's not a Monday, it's a Tuesday. Yesterday here in Canada, we celebrated Thanksgiving. So it really got me thinking how much I appreciate Thanksgiving because it reminds us to be grateful. Now, I try to be grateful every single day, but I did fall into this pattern that I wasn't. And Thanksgiving is a wonderful time to kind of remind you of all the things you're grateful for. And some people use Thanksgiving as a one-time a year thing where they're grateful and then they move on. I know some people that just eat at Thanksgiving and don't even really use Thanksgiving as a Thanksgiving or a grateful tool, which, that everybody's their own, thing. However, I really became appreciative to Thanksgiving this year just to kind of ground me and remind me, because we can take for granted so many things in our life. Life gets busy. If you have kids like I do, you could just be running around and on go a lot. And you go and go and go until something maybe kind of throws you off. And we kind of can lose sight of the things right in front of us that we can be grateful for. Or we're always like longing for more. And it's always great to know what else you want. But if we're always in that longing, or you always need more or want more to feel better, you don't get to really enjoy the things that are right in front of you. Like for me, I wanted to be a mom for so long that I was just focused on that and not appreciating, my husband and things like that. Actually, we weren't married at the time. So, but, the thing is, we can really, get lost. So we can really forget or take it, or really just, forget. Like, so here's a story where on Friday, I was all decked up in my Oktoberfest gear because here in Waterloo, Kitchener-Waterloo, we celebrate Oktoberfest. It's all like Thanksgiving weekend is also the beginning of Oktoberfest. So I was all excited. My daughter was celebrating Oktoberfest at their school. And I was like, if she's dressed up for it, so am I. And I love Oktoberfest, so I'm all there. I'm all getting excited. I have all these things planned for our afternoon to have fun. And I get to school and the teacher said she had a headache. And then she came out crying to meet me. And then she was cuddling with me and threw up everywhere. So we can actually really, forget things. Like we take for granted our health, our kids' health, until, we get the flu, a cold, or worse, we get a diagnosis of something. And it really really stops us in our tracks. And it was just a really great reminder this weekend with my daughter being sick. It's like we take for granted sometimes our health. We take for granted, friends and family in our life until they're gone, or until they move away, or to, the relationship just isn't meant to be anymore. And we can take for granted just so many things in our life. Like I sometimes take for granted living in Canada, and I feel very fortunate to live here. So sometimes we forget these things. And, there's just so many things. I took for granted a family property that I took for granted for years, and I've started to appreciate it more. But for years, I took advantage, I just took for granted my grandma's cottage. It would just always be there. But as, things change, life changes, and it's not always going to be there. So today, I don't want you to focus and beat yourself up for not realizing all the beautifulness in your life. I'm just here to help you, remind you. If you're going through a hard time right now, if you think, life has it out for you, or it's just like, why is all these negative things happening? Reach for a good one. Do you have your health? Do you have family and friends around you? Really just start appreciating the things that you do have in your life. You know, there's times where I get caught up wanting more. It's like, oh, but why can't I have this? Or, you know, why is this not happening faster? Or things like that. And I realized for the longest time, the only thing I wanted in my life was to be a mom. And now I'm a mom of 2 amazing kids that are healthy most of the time. So it's about appreciating those things in my life. And the fun thing is, I have the quote behind me. It's gratitude turns what we have into enough. So if you find yourself focusing on things that you want or that you don't have in your life, start at least focusing on the things, like go to what you do have in your life. It can be so easy, like I said, getting lost in that busyness, but it can be really easy to get lost in the negative spiral of lack, or why don't I have this, or I want this, and things like that. And it's just a really easy way to do it is just reach for something, or like not even reach, look at what you already have. It can be small. And I've mentioned this before, when I was in a really depressed state, the only way I got out of bed to go to work, and the first thing I did was I looked at in the mirror while I was brushing my teeth and washing my face, and I would just be grateful that I had legs, that I could walk, because not everybody has legs to walk. We take for granted like the most simplest of things when we're in that negative, like wanting more state. And you might not even be wanting more, but you just feel like life isn't good. And when you start reaching for the good that is already in your life, the small ones, like I even said, my eyes, that I had arms, that I even had a job, like just reaching for the next. And the more you look for what you love in your life, or like, the more you will see that you love in your life, and more will come in. You open that window of more beautiful things coming in. But if all you're seeing is the lack that's surrounding you, that's all you'll see. So it's just taking one step. And like I said, we have so much that we take for granted. Now, like I grew up in a house where we didn't have the best heating system upstairs. It was almost like a little attic. And my room didn't have a door, and it didn't have heat. So in the winter, I was bundled up in like, I don't know how many blankets, hat, mitts. Like my dad just made fun of it because in this, I don't know what movie it is, but Whoopi Goldberg's characters like that, she's like wearing layers. It's like, oh, that's you. It's like we sometimes take for granted the heat in our house, or the roof over our head. You know, my roof as a kid wasn't as great as I might have wanted, but at least I had one. And now I take for granted doors, because growing up I didn't have one in my room. So, you know, like wherever you're at, there's always something to be grateful for. And it's even looking at yourself. So today I want to take a moment before I get into really like, how can you incorporate more gratitude into your life? Or even if you don't want to use the word gratitude yet, appreciation for what's surrounding you already, so you can bring more amazingness into your life. And even just shifting from lack to appreciation will fill you up just even a little bit. So now I lost my train of thought where I was at. And lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. So let's get right into hopefully I'll come back to it. Let's go back to what you can do to appreciate the things in your life. And because it's not coming back. Sorry, guys. Okay. So happy Monday to me, right? On a Tuesday. So what can we do? I love to do this because I do have 2 young kids at home. Sometimes, like, I love journaling, but sometimes it's just not going to happen after a busy day, or, long days. Friday, I barely had energy to get my son to bed after, taking care of my daughter all afternoon. So sometimes you got to meet where you're at. So what is that? It's what I do is when I lay down in bed, and normally I'm really tired, so I fall asleep pretty fast, but I always go to bed with a grateful heart. So I just lay down and I think about all the things I'm grateful for. And it could be like how our day went. It could just be everything and anything. And usually that's how I fall asleep. You can do that in the morning where you just lay in bed while you're trying to wake up, maybe in between snooze, hitting the snooze button. But this way, maybe you don't fall asleep. You just stay awake and you just think about all the things you're grateful for. And it just really starts your day. For me, I'm not the biggest morning person. So the evening is really where I rock at the gratitude part. And you can journal. Like I mentioned, you can journal. There's even ones where you can just sit down and really just appreciate. If you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, they have like where you write an appreciation game where you just journal and you just appreciate. You can do, it would be one subject, like one area. So it could be like your children and just appreciate everything and everything about them. You know, that they teach you, where you need to or where they help you grow, or, you know, different things. And you can just build on that and just keep journaling or like writing it down, or just writing it down. Another one is just listing 5 to 10 things a day, or 3. I know there's a fun one too. And I can't remember what book it is, but it's by Pam Grout. And it's where you can text somebody. You have like a gratitude buddy, and you can text them 3 things a day. It's like, I don't think it's grateful for. It's just like, I forget the line, but you can just do that. You can have a gratitude buddy where it's like, I'm grateful for, or I think it's about awesomeness in hers, and I really like that. Awesomenesses of my day. And you just, but the thing is, it's different every day. The thing is, whichever way you do it, it doesn't matter as long as you're focusing on the things you're grateful for and appreciate rather than what you're not. Because like I said, when you go down that, it's like a bunny hole. When you go into the internet, you're searching for one thing, and an hour later, you're like, what happened? 10, 20 cat videos later, or like all these other things. Same with just life. You can go down some rabbit holes when you're negative. You just, all of a sudden you had a bad moment, and you're all of a sudden 2 hours later, after complaining about it, you're like, where did those 2 hours go? So today I really encourage you to focus on the areas in your life that you've been taking for granted. Write down what is, like, just sit. Take a moment today. If it's nice enough to go outside, it's a little brisk here, but the sun's shining. So I always love those days. Go outside, or just take a moment and just either look around or just think about all the things that are in your life already that you take for granted, and focus on the things that you can appreciate in your life. So then you can move forward. Like, one of the biggest ones, I won't, like, here's some truth here. I, for the longest time, I have been like really having a hard time with my weight. Hard. Like, I used to be a fitness instructor, and I just kept gaining weight. And I even went to the doctor, and keep this short, but he's like, you have to take in what you burn off and all this craziness. And anyways, what I had to do was look at my weight as a way to, it taught me amazing things. I have like the most amazing eating habits now. Now, do I do them all the time? No, but I have them, like, they're solid. They're a rock solid foundation. And now I figure out how to release the weight I don't need anymore. So all those things in my life has led me to this moment, which is like a super solid. And I'm really hoping to lean on it to help my mom create and embrace a healthier lifestyle too, to help turn things around on her end. So just sometimes, like, I was so excited when I was like, I can help my mom. Now, will she take my help? Who knows? But I'm there. And if she needs it, I'm there. So it's just really exciting. So instead of being like, why did all this weight? Like, why? Like, how? And why did I not, figure all this stuff out sooner? It was my journey to take. It was the lessons I needed to learn. And now I really have this solid foundation. So you may not see certain things to be grateful for yet. but certain things showing up in your life are here to help you. And you may be going through the most difficult times right now. And if you are, I'm here to give you a hug and send you so much love, because you deserve your love. And it actually comes back to what I forgot earlier, is start with yourself. We take for granted ourselves. Today, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here. Maybe this is your first coffee chat you watch, and you watch me completely lose my train of thought. Yay, we're human, right? Thank you for being here, though. I really appreciate you and your amazingness. And if you've been following me since the beginning, thank you so much. And I just really want to let you know I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in my life that has, commented, liked, shared. I'm here for you. It makes my heart like smile, helping and inspiring and motivating you. But today, let's go back to you. I thank you for being you. You are amazing and you are so loved. Maybe you don't know it, but maybe you do, but you are so loved. So thank you for being you today. So even if you can't appreciate much in your life, remember that I am grateful for you. And you are here for a reason. You're uniquely you for a reason. Oh, this has taken me so much time, so much in my life to even grasp myself. When I became an entrepreneur, I was trying to do it like other people, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good, and nothing good came out of it. It's when I really owned my own uniqueness and really just let myself be. Who cares what the business book said about, niching and all this fun stuff? Let it go. And I just was me. I'm being authentically myself. And that's what I want to bring. So today, even just own your authenticness, your amazingness, because your uniqueness is your superpowers. It makes you shine so bright if you let it. So again, today, take a couple minutes. And if you don't want to do the gratitude at night or in the morning, you can even do this with your kids. So being grateful. And as we were talking, I actually came up with something or a thought. Today, just take a moment to appreciate the things that maybe you take for granted. And then maybe start, playing with gratitude in the morning or the evening. Not playing, but play with it. Have fun. That's what life's all about. I'm trying to let my hair down and have more fun these days too. But one more thing before we go, I'm going to try to make this quick. What I'm noticing lately is, I don't know about you, I know a lot of people don't have TV anymore, but we do have TV, and the kids were watching TV this weekend, especially since my daughter was recovering from her flu or stomach bug. And there's these commercials for toys nonstop. And my son's just like, I want that. I want that. I want that. And as I was talking today, I was reminded of, how we always focus sometimes on what we don't have. So this is something you can also share with your kids. And I look forward to doing this, because this was a little aha moment I had literally when I was in the middle of talking to you today. So you can also bring this into your kids to let them realize that the cats are playing. So if that's what you hear, they're playing with a ball. So you can do this with your kids, because sometimes we as adults can show them as well that it's we're always grabbing for something more. And it was in one of the books of Abraham Hicks that it's about we're human. That's what we're always going to want more, but it's not forgetting that we already appreciate so much in our life and are grateful for what we already have. So do it with your kids too. I look forward to showing them and guiding them as well. So if you have kids, this is a great time to also practice with them. And what I find is, whenever I learn something new, after I share it with you or share it with the Self-Love Club for Moms, or my clients, I take it in better. So this is a great opportunity to really establish a really healthy, amazing habit of gratitude and appreciation, so you can share it with your kids. And then this way, it just is reinforced so much more when you share it. That's why I think a gratitude buddy sometimes is a really good tool as well. So I hope you you know, find something amazingly to be appreciated of today. And I'm so grateful for you being here. Thank you for your patience as I stumbled today. You get to see me what I look like on a Monday. And I hope you just have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.